Hi, this is Mike from BasedGamer. We're here at the first ever TwitchCon 2015. I'm here with
Stott from Wargaming.
to tell us about World of Warships.
Okay, so it's our premier naval combat game. It's all about driving around massive, gigantic battleships in the water and blowing each other up. It's a multiplayer game. You get in, you fight each other. It's a lot of fun. Ships are so much more infinitely complex than just a tank. A warship is this beautiful machine where it's got hundreds and thousands of different components and pieces that all have to work together. Hundreds of crew, thousands of crew reasons sometimes, and it's just an infinitely more complex machine. It's so much more interesting. You've got, a carpenter, a cook, a medic. That's all on one ship alone. It's basically a side scraper on its side. It's it's a much more interesting piece of equipment.
How will the whole crew of the ship come into play?
So the crew right now has the ability to help repair the ship and stuff. And obviously, when you have a fire on your deck, fire and ships don't mix. That's a bad thing to have. So you can have your crew come out there and help put that out immediately, or help patch up some holes for flooding, or different things like that. But you have an overall commander, which defines your sort of overall strategy for your ship. He has a skill tree that actually you can go and choose different types of skills and help really augment your gameplay to how you want to play.
And what kind of ships can you choose?
So right now we've got 4 classes. We've got the battleships, which are our big heavy hitters, a lot of armor, super slow though. On the other end of the spectrum, you got the destroyers, fast, they get in close, they got smoke screens for stealth, but then they got torpedoes, super deadly up close, able to wreck anything in the game. So that's kind of the 2 ends of the spectrum. In the middle, you got cruisers, kind of a little bit of best of both worlds. Sometimes they got torpedoes, something that's got big guns, it could be all sorts of things. And then our last class is our carrier class. It's definitely our most interesting class. It's a top-down view as opposed to everyone else who's kind of on the deck of the ship. For a carrier, you're micromanaging multiple aircraft, so it's kind of like an RTS game almost. It's a very different style of gameplay.
Tell me a little bit about the different game modes featured.
The primary game mode is our domination mode, where it's just like a ticket-based system, where essentially each team is trying to work up to 1,000 tickets. And you can do that by holding parts of the map or by destroying enemy ships. So big capital ships that take years to build, they cost a lot of points for you to lose, but I also gain them if I destroy one. So I can control the map or just take everything out, but the game always ends at a very dramatic moment because if some guy sort of takes the lead very early on, then they're always on your back foot, and you never can just run away and pretend I'm just going to run this clock out, because they'll just win decisively very quickly.
What kind of thoughts went into the realism and the balancing of the ships?
Well, as Wargaming, we care a lot about the history of these ships. Realism is a core pillar for us. Our ships are historically accurate down to the bolts on them. Some of the ships that are in our game are still in use today, definitely, but it sort of starts from maybe late World War I Dreadnought era, and then moves sort of up into Korean War, World War II, and end of World War II's kind of equipment.
Do you plan to focus on mostly casual players and helping beginners, or will it be more competitive focused?
So, our game is very team-based, and so that makes it a little bit more competitive, but we are trying to get in as many casual gamers as possible. We want people to have a good experience when they jump on that ship, firing off those giant 16-inch guns, trying to destroy another ship across the map.
And do you take a lot of input from the community, or where do you guys draw a lot of your ideas from?
No, absolutely. So we've got a great forum. We got a ton of great alpha testers and beta testers that help us shepherd us through that process. And now we've got a great super tester group of those guys as well that are giving us great feedback.
What is the dev team's plans after World of Ships? Do you guys have anything else going on?
Well, we literally just released World of Warships last week, so we're still working on that. You look at how we've done with World of Tanks and our other products, it's not going to stop. We consider our game as more of a service to our players. We got to keep making them happy all the time, and they want new stuff, they want new things to play with.
Do you have any messages for your fans out there?
Thanks for playing our game. Thanks for all the feedback. Come check out worldofwarships.com if you haven't yet. It's a ton of fun. Thanks, guys.
Thank you so much. It's been awesome.
Thank you very much.